All right, welcome back. This is Trading Rolly. Today, I'm going to do a shorter video. We're going to focus on Bitcoin. Lots of great news for Bitcoin, but also I want to look at the altcoins. The altcoins suffered very hard in the past month. Will they catch up to Bitcoin now that Bitcoin is pumping? We'll do some technical analysis. So go ahead, hit that like, leave me a comment, subscribe if you're new, tick the bell for notifications. Remember, these are my own ideas and opinions on the market, so please do your own research, trade at your own risk. We're going to jump right into some technical analysis. We all know Square, PayPal, institutional FOMO. We all know what's going on here, but let's take a look at the chart. I'm going to look at Bitcoin real quick, do a little breakdown, and then we'll do kind of a lightning round on the altcoins. Okay, so where are we? Let's look at the weekly and we'll move our way down. Okay, so looking at the weekly, we'll take a look at some indicators here. Let's see. So your weekly stoke crossed up. If you happen to watch the stream I did last Friday, we had that cross up on the weekly and it's playing out very nicely here. So that's good to see. And we're approaching the overbought area on the RSI. We haven't quite gone overbought yet on the weekly chart. And you can see, in these bull runs, we've hit way overbought on the weekly. So there's plenty of room to go as far as weekly RSI. Now, in the smaller term on the daily, we are overbought. So could we get some sideways consolidation or a slight pullback? Definitely possible. But as far as this, this long-term or mid-term move, I should say, maybe mid-term's a better term, we still have room to go. We can still pump a lot higher here. This could be the beginning of an attempt to, go back to 20K. Just looking at my weekly right here, if we can close this weekly, this is the highest weekly close we've had since 2018. We haven't hit that 2019 top around 14K yet. We're approaching it, but this would be the highest weekly close. So this looks really good on the weekly chart. Just zooming out, I've been just preaching this for a long time, even back here, here. We've been going sideways for 3 years, okay? Consolidating. We didn't dump off. We didn't just completely collapse. We have consolidated, stuck close to 10K, and now we're moving higher. If you looked at this on any chart, if this was any other type of asset, you would say, hey, this looks good. This, looks like a weird inverse head and shoulders kind of. It looks like a bottoming pattern, and we're above that resistance that we had previously. So we could draw resistance here on the weekly chart. If you want to look at that, we're well above that. It's interesting that this breakout, we'll go to the daily to show that, but the breakout lines up with where that weekly candle body resistance was. So good to see. Let's go to the daily just to get a closer look at what we're seeing. So we had, a downward sloping resistance from this top, and we had a top there, and we were consolidating here. I posted on Twitter at Trading Rolly that we were looking at a potential bull flag. If you do a flag up, consolidation, and then drag this over here, I was looking at 12.3K. That was like, okay, if all things go right, consolidating under resistance, if all things go right, we'll hit 12.3. We hit 12.3, and then the next morning, PayPal announcement, and now we're all the way at 13. So this is quite the candle. We got the volume. I was looking for some volume to break out of this resistance. We got the volume. We have huge news. We have a nice catalyst. We're still pushing higher. All of this looks amazing. Okay, so will the altcoins follow? That's what we're leading towards, because Bitcoin is definitely leading the pack right now. Real quick, I want to go back to the weekly and do my due diligence. Take a look at some of the indicators. We looked at the stochastic. We looked Excuse me. So we bounced off our middle Bollinger Bands. We maintained that the whole way. This is what we were talking about last week as well. We're in the bullish zone on the weekly Bollinger Bands. We maintain that support above this middle BB, which is your 20 simple moving average. We're flirting with the top band. We could get a close above the band. If we get a close above the top band, which is at 12,878 on Bitstamp's chart, you get a close above that, you're looking at, potential like real parabolic action here. Let's see, the Bollinger Bands get a little weird sometimes. I'm not going to be able to do it, I don't think. But basically, when you get closes above the upper band, it's super bullish, okay? Sometimes it can act as resistance like it did there, and it did here as well. So could we get a slight pullback consolidation in this region? Possible. Or, we just close above it and just, have this trend of closing above the band for a couple weeks. Let's see, what else do I have? My moving averages. So we've been preaching this for a while too. Above the yellow 21 EMA was a bull market. Below is a bear market. We crossed above it here. Excuse me, there's a car alarm in the background. You may or may not be able to hear that, but we're going to power through. Hopefully somebody... Okay, it's turned off. So we broke above it, and then we consolidated here, basically bounced off of it here. We had this pullback, maintained above on the candle closes, every weekly candle above. So what was there to be that bearish about? There was nothing, actually. Technically, there was nothing to be very bearish about. And we're pumping here. And I see some people posting bearish YouTube videos and tweets, Twitter, whatever. Honestly, remove yourself from those type of people. Yes, there's going to be pullbacks and there's going to be people shorting. But honestly, with an asset that looks like this, I want to focus more on the longs and the bullish narrative. This is something that I do not want to be shorting. Okay, so I've personally removed myself from people that are just always bearish. I mean, they were talking about the collapse of the economy all through here, and they're still talking about it. Until that happens, I'm not worried. Okay. The only people that got wrecked here were people that panic sold. Maybe you panic sold, bad decision. Maybe you had a long and you had too much money on the table. You were on a margin account. You had 10x and you didn't have a stop loss. Yeah, you got liquidated. That's for sure. But otherwise, if you just held tight, maybe even bought more, dollar cost average, you'd be doing very well right now. So we can't talk too much to these bears out there, okay? Especially Bitcoin, all right? So anyways, let's go back down to the daily, take a look at that. We're well above all the moving averages. So could we get a pullback? Definitely, it's always a possibility, especially, this RSI on the daily is very high. If you go back here, once we reached levels on the RSI, here, those all coincided with a little bit of a local top. So we have, we have room to go, but we could put in a local top. Maybe we retest that 14K level, get a pullback. All right, your stochastic is high, hasn't crossed down yet. It's high up here though, okay? So, ideally for a large swing play, on the daily, you would want to be buying when the stochastics are down here. Your RSI was down here. This region here was the opportunity for that swing play. We, of course, could get more if you're looking for like a short-term trade. We could get more, but I would be cautious, just a little cautious now that we're, up top here. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But like I said, just because I'm cautious of a local top, doesn't mean I'm going to be quick to short, because in an uptrend, you don't want to be shorting, you want to be longing. In a downtrend, you want to be shorting, you don't want to be longing, okay? Just a general rule of thumb. Let's look at our Bollinger Bands real quick. The Bollinger Bands, so yeah, we got that close on the daily above the upper band, and we're still maintaining above that upper bands at 12,699. You know, we're bullish, of course. We'll go down to the 4-hour real quick, and then we'll take a look at those altcoins, okay? So the 4-hour just banging up against that upper band resistance, looking good. Bullish zone on the 4-hour. Let's look at our moving averages. The pink 10 simple has provided support on its way up. Support, support, support. So anybody trading on a lower time frame, you know, you could look at that pink 10 simple. Very good. You know, in a trending move, in a big move, you're going to see that pink 10 simple and the yellow 21 holding up the price there. So looking good. We're still above all moving averages. You know, like I say, moving up, but we do have to be aware we are overbought on the RSI as well. Your stochastic, another turn up there though. Okay, so another green candle there. Looking good. Looking good. This is not where I would throw on a bunch of leverage. I wouldn't throw a bunch of leverage on here. And I wouldn't be shorting here. I've been taking more of a passive route with my trading, more building portfolios for the long run, larger swings. But that's just me, okay? So we've looked at our indicators here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks good, but what everyone wants to know is, what about the altcoins? Because the altcoins have suffered. Oh, they have suffered. So let's look. Bitcoin dominance weekly has been turning up here. We bottomed out. The Bitcoin dominance did bottom out on the RSI. So when the dominance is falling, that means the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. So this falling dominance was the altcoin DeFi rally, and we got low on the RSI, and the stochastic was super low. So we had a cross up on our stochastic, bounce from the bottom. Dominance is rising, and dominance is rising with Bitcoin pumping. However, let's maybe take a look at the daily, see where we are. So the daily did hit our overbought on the RSI, and your stochastic is up here. So could this mean we possibly are due for a turn down on the dominance, which would mean Bitcoin either maybe takes a little bit of a pullback, retest a little lower level, and or just go sideways, who knows, and the altcoins have their chance to catch up a bit. I don't see why not. They've been kind of behind, and nothing's too wrong with altcoins. Nothing really has changed. The only thing that changed was there was a huge run up in DeFi. People were making 10x, whatever. So there was a pullback, and it pulled back about 50%. So people took profits. When you have a large run up, people will take profits. So it doesn't mean that things are collapsing and never come back. It just means that there's going to be profit taking. Okay. So anyways, dominance, RSI high, Stokes high. Possibility that we get dominance to fall again. If so, your altcoins are going to start pumping even more. Another thing we can look at before we go to each crypto individually is going to be, let's take a look at the altcoin market cap. So this is the total market cap for altcoins. All right. So you had a run up, okay, consolidating. And we're putting in, okay, so after we had this little downtrend, we're now putting in an uptrend. So you have a low, higher low, higher low, a high, a higher high, a higher high. So the altcoin market is putting in higher highs, higher lows on the daily. This is exactly what we want to see, okay? You can see how we had a run up, came down, kind of bottoming, turning up. We could get a nice run up on the altcoins to follow. This looks a lot like, Bitcoin. Excuse me one second. It looks like Bitcoin did back here. Okay, take off my moving averages. So the altcoin market cap looks right about like that. And then Bitcoin went like that. We could see the altcoins do the exact same. Okay, so let's look. We're going to do a lightning round. Go ahead, hit that like if you're enjoying this. My plan is to do more like topic videos. Last week I just did, let's look at everything, stocks, Bitcoin, crypto. I think what would be better is to do more topic type videos. I don't think I'm going to have any certain schedule yet. I'm trying to get my feet wet back. It's been some time trying to build a routine again. I'm not worried about everything being perfect. I kind of just want to get my feet wet, get these videos out, and see where we go from there, okay? Sometimes we hold ourselves back because it's not all ready. But, you'll never be completely ready, right? So anyways, hit that like for me. Leave me a comment if you've liked what I've talked about so far. And let's look at a lightning round Ethereum, and we'll move through a bunch of these. Okay, so this looks a lot like the altcoin chart I just showed you. So we're here. If it follows Bitcoin, we're looking at probably retesting the top there. Let's just go ahead, throw on our Bollinger Bands. You're in the bullish zone, looking to close the daily above the top band. Looking at our moving averages, we're above all moving averages, looking bullish on Ethereum. Our stochastic on the daily has turned up. Good to see. Your RSI is ready to run up. You can see how on this run up, you came way up high to 90. This one 90 as well. We're only at a 68 right now, so room to run. And Ethereum and the altcoins were definitely laggards, so they could follow. The only thing I do want to say is I know that in the past week or two, Bitcoin has decoupled from stocks. And last week I also said that major macro sell-offs in all markets, you will see, some impact in the crypto market, but each day maybe there's differences. So really the stock market's gone sideways. A lot of uncertainty with the election, stimulus. Are we going to get it? Are we not going to get it? Who's winning? Uncertainty. So it's been choppy in the stock market, and Bitcoin has just had great news, with the PayPal and Square. So Bitcoin's been doing its own thing. The reason I'm bringing this up is by the time you watch this video, the Trump-Biden debate will be taking place. And the last time they debated, there was volatility after that. I think after the debate, the market sold off. So maybe we'll see a short-term pullback if the stock market has a pullback. That's not guaranteed. Maybe they like what they see, and there's a little bit of a pump in the futures, stock futures. All right. So Ethereum, of course, looking good. Ethereum was one of the 4 coins, announced that will be held by PayPal. Ethereum is obviously, a good one to have. Okay. Cardano. Let's look at Cardano real quick. Ethereum looks like it's doing a little bit better. Cardano's daily looking to follow with that cross. Hasn't gotten it yet, but it's looking like it's coming. Has more room to go. It's looking to close this daily above all moving averages. Let me take this. Sorry that this thing's bothering me, but I'll just have to work with it. And looking to close above these daily candles here. So again, you got your low, higher low, and looking for a higher high on Cardano. I like Cardano because it's not even on Coinbase yet. Not that Coinbase effect has been helping out in the past month or two, but things could change. Cardano, they also have staking. A lot of people like this one, so keep that one on your radar. XRP looking a little bit better than Cardano, looking like Ethereum. Above all moving averages, cross up on the daily, room to go. I also like XRP because let's look at the weekly. Let me see. Weekly above the yellow 21 EMA, yes, held that. And we're putting in higher lows, and we're looking to put in a higher high. We have a high, higher high. If we can break above this whole little level, maybe I already have it drawn out. No. All right. So we can just draw a flat line of resistance right there. So if we can break above, get that higher high, break above that resistance, this looks good. XRP, is known for having some large run-ups, but also in December, they're going to do a hard fork. It's going to be a 1-to-1. It's slipping my mind what the name of the altcoin is. It's like Spark. I don't know if it's Spark. Either way, there's support for it on different exchanges, and you'll get a 1-to-1 airdrop on XRP. Could see a run up on XRP right before that, and I mean, free money. Honestly, if you have $1,000 worth of XRP, you're going to get $1,000 worth of this new coin. I would be quick to sell it. Probably, because everyone else is going to do the same thing. It's probably going to sell real fast. But the lead up could be a nice run going into December. Link, let's look at Link real quick. Link, look at this weekly chart. Beautiful, right? What were we bearish about? Nothing. It's above the yellow 21 EMA, looking across back above that pink 10 simple, looking for a weekly cross up on the stochastic to follow, going down to the daily. Link is doing well. Link is doing well above all moving averages. Daily Stoke crossed up. RSI putting in higher highs, higher lows. Everything's good, ready to run. I think $13 is going to be the next step. Let me see real quick. So yeah, right around here, there's going to be possible resistance right there. We're already almost there. $13, then up here $16, and then $20 for Link. Looking good. I mean, even just on the macro, you have your higher high, low, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This is an uptrend. We like uptrends. So these have been mostly the majors, okay? Where am I at on time? 22 minutes. Well, we're going to go through these a little faster. Okay, so those were the majors, and I have a lot of faith in the majors for altcoins. Now you have the lower mid-cap coins that, especially the DeFi ones, they could have large gains, but they could be, built on hype. These coins just come and go. That's why if you stick to the majors, there's probably more longevity with those coins. You'll see less of them just come and go. But if you're looking, from the top 50 to top 20, these coins can just come with hype. Anyways, Band is kind of like Link's little brother, is kind of trailing. It's trailing Link, but it's the same signature across the board. All of these coins are looking for a nice breakout. What you could find is if we do reach that high there, that's over, that's about 100% gain. You could double your money if we do get back to that point. Okay. So maybe it's worth a shot. Not financial advice, but if you like the oracles, that's one of the oracles, Link, Band. Tezos, let's look at Tezos real quick. Tezos, honestly hasn't done that well. It's come down a lot. It's come down a lot, actually. Back, where some of these probably would be up here, this one's down from the highs. Let's see, from the highs, that's about 50%. And I think possibly the hype around Tezos was the staking. And now there's pretty much staking and, ways to earn yield on pretty much everything these days. Maybe that attraction isn't, as important. But you know what? I think it will follow, the rest if it does. And, you're looking at like a 90% gain if it gets back to its highs. Looking at BAT real quick, basic attention token, the Brave token, your daily stoke crossed up, you know, you were bottomed out here on the RSI, lots of room to run. You know, this is another one, you're looking at 80% to the top. And if I look at maybe some moving averages here, so you do have a lot of resistance. Closing above the yellow 21 EMA is a good first step. Your blue 50 simple, your 200 simple and 200 EMA resistance, you want to get above that. Once you break above that, it'll be on and pumping. So these are the laggards, still, you know, below the moving averages there. Polka dot is a popular one for a lot of people. You got the cross up on the daily stoke, looking good. And finally, getting back above that yellow 21 EMA, not a lot of price histories, but we do have this 50 simple resistance at $4.44. Want to break above that. So good to see, you know, you saw the resistance here. You saw that resistance. We finally got above that one. How do you say the Kasuma? Kasuma is, this is on the polka dot ecosystem, still being held down by that yellow 21 EMA. So now I'm moving into you know, some of these mid caps. They are not looking as good, but I think, you know, once people start taking some of their profits from Bitcoin and start moving them around and seeing that, you know, a lot of these projects are down quite a bit. You know, this one to the top here is another over 100% gain. Maybe we'll see the altcoins follow afterwards, okay? YFI being held down by the pink 10 simple. We've had all this bullishness with Bitcoin, and YFI, Yearn Finance, still on a downtrend. The downtrend has not been broken. We're going to need to get above this pink 10 simple, and then the yellow 21 EMA resistance at 16,600. We need to get out of this downtrend. Lower highs. This is the opposite of what we've been looking at. This is lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. We got to break above that for Yearn Finance to come back, okay? But it is finding, this was, you know, a cluster here, and we're finding support here. So this is the area you would like to find support, but we haven't broken the downtrend yet. Uni, also similar, held down by this pink 10 simple. You got to break the downtrend. It's possible, but it hasn't been broken yet. So we'll have to see. All right. Let's see. I'm going to skip through a few of these. Cosmos is a popular one. Cosmos doesn't look too bad here. Pink 10 simple resistance, but you're above your, you know, 200 EMA there. And your daily stoke looking to get a cross up. Hasn't happened quite yet, but I think Cosmos, aka Atom, will, you know, it will do its thing as well. People like this one. It has staking on Kraken, and I'm sure other places as well. EOS, not that exciting this year. You know, looking at these lower highs, these peaks, and you're below your 200 simple, below your 200 EMA. I want to see EOS get back above those, and then of course break this lower high structure on the macro. So EOS has some work to do. They did have some type of partnership, I forget who with. I even tweeted about it and already forgotten because nothing happened. They have a partnership with Google. That's who it is. I haven't seen anything from them yet. Let's see. Let's look at Stellar real quick. Stellar looking better above all moving averages, and hopefully can retest up here at 10 cents. I don't have too much to say about Stellar. This is the thing, you know, some of these OG coins that were really popular in 2018, Stellar, EOS, even XRP, we could say, not looking too hot. But if, you know, billions of dollars go into Bitcoin, it'll start to shuffle around, and I think some of these will be pulled up just just because they're in the crypto environment. They'll kind of follow. Some will follow more. Maker is above all moving averages, looking good there. OMG, Omiza Go, looking to get above here, but you can see that you had a run up, consolidation, run up, consolidation, consolidating above this high, finding support above this high. Maybe you get another parabolic move up to like $12. But, excuse me again, it doesn't look too bad, okay, guys? All right, I think I'm out of altcoins for now. I think I've covered a lot of them. In general, what we'd like to see is Bitcoin continue to go higher. Of course, that's always amazing. Consolidate. Possibly you could get a little bit of pullback, retest this top here. This is 12,400. Maybe retest that level, but nothing dramatic. Allow the altcoins to catch up. I'm looking at 13% on Link, 7% on Ethereum, 9% on Band. So right now the percentages are higher on the altcoins than Bitcoin. So that's what we're looking forward to. Okay, guys. So I hope you liked this video. It turned into a 31-minute video. Possibly in the future, I'll just do a 10-minute Bitcoin video, maybe a 10-minute DeFi video, a 10-minute NASDAQ, S&P video, a 10-minute my top equities of the week video. Who knows? But I just had to put this out there and hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.